Welcome to Access a Trader, the #1 community for those who are committed to taking control of their trading in order to achieve success, profitability, and longevity. Thank you for joining us. Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessATrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing well. Guys, kindly support the channel. It takes a second out. If you like what we're doing, if you like the content and all that stuff, and you're progressing in your trading career, all I ask is take a moment out, click a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And hopefully, again, I will do my best to point you guys in the right direction. So, after yesterday's nearly 1%, I don't use the word sell-off, but kind of a back test, a little bit of rest, a little bit of a recharge. The question is, what was going to happen today? We pretty much got our answer. Wall Street is still a little bit on hiatus from the 4th of July holiday. At least that it felt that way through the most of the day. I've always said this, and we're kind of going back to even last night's video. Be prepared. Be prepared for the day. You have your, you have your hit piece, you have your hit list, your points of interest. Just wait for them to confirm. Wait for them to confirm. And I've been saying this for many, many years. It's not how many you trade, it's how many you trade properly. We'll get to the pivots in a second. But ultimately, we are in a little bit of a holding pattern as traders are, digesting the next series of tariff talk. Today, the fine points, Trump unveils a 50% tariff on copper, right? On copper, and threatens to impose a 200% tariff on pharmaceutical companies, right? You saw today's surge in a lot of the oil names. If you go through your charts, you'll see a whole bunch of oil stocks did very, very well today. Energy, oil, they're breaking out, doing very, very well. Majority of technology kind of doing nothing, some up, some down. We'll get to the individual names in a second. But again, this is kind of the digesting phase of a melt-up market. We've been talking about this for the last, since we reclaimed back the 50-day moving average on April the 30th. We're just melting up, digesting bad news, taking punches, coming off the canvas and swinging back. And then again, it's just a rotation, one after another after another. I keep on reiterating, especially to the new traders, if you hear me talking about this every single day, there's a reason for it. It has to sink into your DNA. Again, you can't, I can't turn around and, one day say, guys, stop trading, stop chasing the stocks that are up 6 weeks in a row. You say it once, you got to hear it over and over and over again, because eventually you will stop. Again, it's like a child, right? Children are born, they're innocent. They are willing to accept information. But if I only told the child one time, 1 + 1 equals 2, and 2-3 years go by, they're not going to remember. So all these lessons that we kind of continuously to try to drive the point home. Don't chase 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days after the breakout level, right? Trade channels that are coming off the channel. Make sure you're prepared for the next day. Make sure your points of reference is to strike on channels coming off the bottom, coming out of a range, right? Like yesterday, we talked about letter U, right? We talked about letter U. It's coming out of a range. You're getting call buying. This is, really good trades. I caught this trade really, really well. Sold the stock pretty much near the highs of the day. Great move. The only reason I sold it today, I didn't want to keep a runner, because tomorrow would be day 4. A lot of times you'll see a day, maybe a day 4 gap up and a reversal. I just didn't feel like it. We did see some pretty good call buying today. The drive, the stock, we saw some 30s, we saw some 31s. Not DraftKings, Uber, right? Uber, I came in with a runner. Continues to price appreciate. Again, all those 8:15 expiration of the 100 calls. Hopefully, I will get that price really, really soon. We talked about PLTR yesterday. Again, buyers were coming in pretty aggressively, considering that the rest of the market resting today. Anything that was up, that continuing its upward bias is strong. It's telling you it's strong. It continues to put in higher lows off the rising 5-day support. We saw one really aggressive buyer came in today there was a slew of 140 weeklies, but it was a pretty aggressive buyer who came in for the 145 weeklies, maybe a little bit ambitious, but again, never told. It's still the fact. Circle, right? Circle is one to watch, guys, in the next couple of days. They got downgraded today, right? They got downgraded today, and the stock went green before selling off into the close, okay? Which basically put it in an inside day, but now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row of higher lows, right? That's a very, very important point. All it needs to do, guys, is get back above this 10-day moving average and really potentially stretch. Now, where's the axe here? The axe here is two buys came in. I'm assuming it's the same person because it came in within 5 minutes of each other. There was a total of 1.1 million, okay, for the weekly 220 calls. That's a big deal, right? That's a big deal. The dude's buying it 15 points out of the money, 15 points out of the money, and the stock hasn't confirmed yet. So watch this thing the next couple of days, guys. 1.1 million and two total trades for the weekly 220 calls. Something to definitely keep an eye on. Amazon, right? Amazon kicked off Prime Day, early returns down 14% in the early hours compared to 2024. Again, the market doesn't really need a lot of ammunition to sell a stock that had a very, very big run. Again, Amazon has gone from 161 in April to all the way to 224. Again, a healthy pullback on any news, right? Any news, including or excluding Prime Day, is obviously something that the market just doesn't need any reason to sell the stock. Tesla, right? I actually had a pretty good trade on Tesla today. It hit measure potential. And then Elon Musk, it was strong all day after yesterday's really, really aggressive selling. Again, if you didn't trade yesterday, didn't watch the news, he basically formed the American Party. Again, we're not the left. We're not the right. We're American. Roar, right? Again, enemy of the state. So today, at some point today in the afternoon, after, holding up fairly well, right? Holding up fairly well. Let me just get these wicks out of the way. After holding up really well the whole day, he opened his mouth again and blah, there goes Tesla. So the moral of the story is very simple, guys. It's the same thing over and over again. This business, I've been doing this now 26 years. It gets so mentally boring, right? It just, at some point, and I tell this all the time to Kenyon and the people in the webinar, you do the same thing every single day for 26 years. Your brain is shot, man. Your brain is shot. And it's like I'm on autopilot since like 2009, right? When everything started to kind of click, right? So I'm on autopilot from like 2009. I have no emotions left, man. I really don't. Every single day, I don't care how good of a day it is. I caught some pretty decent trades today. I have no emotion in it. It's like a waitress waking up every single morning, getting dressed, taking out her, her pad and write orders. It's literally the same thing. And eventually, all you guys, the goal is not to be the best trader. Okay? I don't know what the word best trader means. Your goal is to be an old trader, right? Somebody's been doing this for 20, 30 years, right? That's the goal. And eventually you're going to be so robotic, okay? Everything's going to be so methodical. You're going to be in such an auto phase of your career that nothing matters but the technical areas. And that's the most important point. You're going to have no feelings left. You literally have no emotions left because every single day you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. But that's a good thing. Eventually you're going to fall out of love with the honeymoon phase of your career. Hopefully along the way in the first 2-3 years, you'll get some good foundation, some good value in your approach. Because if not, if you continue to trade like everybody else on retail, you're going to get retail results. And year 3 is probably going to be a very, very important crossroads in your career. Again, like I said a few minutes ago, if I kept on telling a child 1 + 1 = 2 over and over and over again, there's a good chance that child is going to grow up knowing 1 + 1 = 2. But if you're a social media, if your only exposure is social media and all you hear is 1 + 1 = 9 over and over and over again, well, why do you think your career is stuck in neutral? So it's very, very important, guys. Continue, once you find whatever process it is that works for you, just keep on doing it over and over and over again. You're going to want to stab yourself in the throat repeatedly because it's so damn boring, but it's effective and it's going to turn you into an old trader. So let me give you guys, let's talk about the pivots today. I traded literally, I had 2 trades today. We were watching Amazon, obviously never got there. CLBR never got there. Here is my, one of my 2 trades today. Letter U was great, absolutely great. 28.28 needs to confirm. Weekly 30 call buyers coming in. We pretty much sold that towards the end of the day. At the high of the day, stock traded all the way up to 29.70s. My last sale was in the 29.40s, so I'm very, very happy. I'm still in this Uber. Just a runner in this Uber. Again, I'd love to see. We bought it. We bought it yesterday off the washout 94.80s. So beautiful move so far. I'd love to get 100 on that last piece. And Tesla, right? Tesla. I was watching Tesla. The downside never got there. PLTR. I didn't take it. This is already towards the end of the day. I still like this thing. 139.30 needs to confirm yesterday's channel. Traded up to like 139.80s. It was a little bit late in the end of the day. Watch this thing tomorrow above today's channel. Still looks really, really good. And there was a pivot on Tesla to the upside. This never confirmed. Here it is right here. So it's building above yesterday's highs. 337 needs to confirm to potentially push to 304 or 305. I sold it right below 304 my last sale. It was good, man. $300 push traded to 304. Considering how the market was resting today, it was a pretty solid day between letter U and Tesla. So let me give you guys some ideas for tomorrow. Guys, I'm watching CRWV. I want to watch CRWV. It broke below this week's lows or last week's lows, put in a new low today. I want to see if they confirm that low, because if it starts confirming the 20-day moving average, this thing has some room to the downside. I'm definitely watching that. Look at, I'm still watching Circle. I know Circle sold off a little bit into the close, but again, when they brushed off the downgrade today, a buyer came in. I'm assuming it's the same guy for nearly 1.1 million of the 220 weeklies. That's going to definitely get my attention. So I'm going to watch this thing above today's channel. VKTX, nice looking chart for all you biotech lovers. I have zero interest in this thing, but it's a nice looking chart. You got expansion volume. Watch this thing above today's channels. MU is starting to go sideways and is trying to reclaim back the 10-day. I want to watch this thing above the 10-day tomorrow. And last but not least, guys, I'm going to watch Tesla. I'm going to watch Tesla today. As you can see here, it got rejected. We sold it perfectly into the 150-day supply. I want to watch Tesla today because if it starts losing today's lows, right, we can see yesterday's low. And if this thing starts losing yesterday's low, that means it will violate this whole channel that has already bounced off twice. And if it does so, there's a lot of room to the downside ahead. So that's it. That's all I got. If you're interested in pivots, folks, again, nobody else on the planet, for the exception of us, trades the PS60 theory. So if you are interested in pivots, guys, all it takes is 30 days. 30 days to see if it's a right fit for you. Guys, God bless everybody. Have a great day. And with God's help, I'll see you on the field tomorrow.